I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate so many of my subscribers writing in to tell me what they want to know more about. After all, this channel is here for you, and it's an absolute pleasure to address your health concerns. Now, today's video is going to be a little different because instead of answering one person's question, I'm going to be answering a bunch of questions. Things that I can answer pretty quickly, so they're not long enough for a full video, but are still incredibly important to talk about. Now, before I get into your questions, I've got a question for you. Is there anything else you want to know more about? I'm here to talk about any of your health concerns, from diet and fitness to specific tricky health topics. So if there's anything on your mind, go ahead and leave a comment below. Then make sure and subscribe so you see when your questions get answered. Right now, I'm going to answer a few of your questions, starting with, in terms of health, is decaf coffee the same as regular? Well, yes and no. Just like regular black coffee, the biggest problem with decaf coffee is the stuff you're adding to it, like dairy milk and lots of sugar. So if you're drinking black decaf coffee, it's fine for your health. That said, there are some pretty powerful health benefits associated with caffeine, including some potent longevity benefits. So if you can do regular black coffee, black, no cream or sugar, go for it. But if you prefer decaf, just make sure you're not adding anything sugary or dairy rich, and you'll be fine. Now on to the next question. Dr. Gundry, what do you think of tahini? For those of you who don't know, tahini is a paste made of ground up sesame seeds. Think peanut butter, but sesame based. And you know what? I love tahini. It's actually in quite a few of the recipes in my book because it adds a great savory creaminess to any dish. It's also a great source of fiber, protein, magnesium, omega fats, and B vitamins. And it's just plain delicious. I suggest blending it with a little garlic, lemon juice, and plenty of olive oil to make a great salad dressing. It's good on greens, on grilled, grass-fed meat, roasted vegetables, basically everything. You can also blend that dressing with some soaked macadamia nuts to make a sort of hummus that's completely bean-free. And speaking of macadamia nuts, let's tackle my next question. What do you recommend for people who need to gain weight? Well, you know, I'm honestly surprised how frequently I get this question. After all, so much of America is overweight. But the more I thought about it, the more it makes sense. There's a lot of advice out there for losing weight. But if people are struggling to gain weight, they're kind of on their own. So I'm happy to share my favorite weight gain advice with you today. And the bonus, it's pretty simple. Just eat what you eat every day, make sure you're using plenty of olive oil, and add a handful of macadamia nuts to your day, once or twice a day. It doesn't have to be a ton of nuts, just a handful. They're tasty, they're high in calorie, and rich in good fats. And not only have I seen my patients gain weight when adding them to their routine, but I've actually tried it for myself. And you know what? It worked. So if you're looking to gain weight, go ahead and add macadamia nuts to your routine. Okay, next question, and this one's a little controversial. What's your take on the Beyond Meat craze? This is an incredibly timely question, thanks to a new study which found some of this new plant-based meat to be incredibly high in glyphosate. That's a really dangerous herbicide which destroys the hormone balance in your body and kills your gut bugs. Plus, a lot of these new meat substitutes are made with proteins that are just plain loaded in lectins, like pea, brown rice, and mung bean protein, for example. Now, I will say there are some great plant-based meat substitutes on the market today, like the Quorn, that's Q-U-O-R-N, crumbles, which are made from proteins that are great for you. But most plant-based formulas out there are not. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the day when there are more quality, safe, plant-based meat substitutes on the market. But my take on the Beyond Meat craze is simple. Right now, those glyphosate-heavy products should be avoided. But it's exciting to see people taking steps towards more plant-based foods and less meat. I just wish food companies would do a better job avoiding dangerous chemicals and lectins. Hopefully, as they research more, they will. Okay, next question. why is wine better than grape juice? I understand the confusion because fruit juice, including grape juice, is a hard no on my plan. But red wine, especially from grapes grown in high altitudes, is totally fine in moderation. What's the difference? Fermentation. See, the process of turning grape juice into wine is a simple one. Bacteria, yeast, and other substances break down the sugars in grape juice over time. They eat it. That's how sweet, sugary grape juice is turned into wine. And like I said, when fermentation happens, sugar is broken down. So when you're drinking wine, you're not getting all the gut-destroying sugar in grape juice. Sure, there's a tiny bit left behind, but not nearly as much. Plus, the polyphenol benefits of wine are fantastic. So if you'd like to enjoy a little wine and your doctor is okay with it, so am I. Just remember, moderation is key, and there are plenty of other ways to enjoy polyphenols if you prefer not to drink. Are horseradish and wasabi okay? And wow, you really want to know the answer to this. I've seen your comments on a lot of my videos. Good news, both horseradish and wasabi are totally fine to eat. They're actually great for your health. And unlike chili peppers, they're not loaded in lectins, so they're a fantastic way to add heat to your food without adding lectins. Sure, it's a different kind of spice, but for some spicy food lovers, just getting some kind of heat is enough. Now, I will warn you, if you're buying horseradish, make sure you're not buying the kind that's canned in sour cream, because you shouldn't be eating all that A1 dairy. If you like prepared horseradish, try whipping horseradish with a little lemon zest, salt, and some coconut yogurt for a healthy version of the same condiment. Or if you really like heat, try grating fresh horseradish root over your food. It'll make your eyes water, but it tastes great. Okay, time to wrap things up. But before I go, one last reminder to leave any questions in the comments below. I may make them into a full-length video, or I may do something like this again. Either way, keep your eye out, because I'm Dr. Gundry, and I'm always looking out for you.